What's up, you guys? It is Brad here, and welcome back to another LEGO City update. I'm here in my LEGO room, obviously looking at my LEGO City, and today I have some big changes I want to make. So I've been pretty happy with how the LEGO City has been looking these past couple months. I've been getting to do a lot of new things, like add brand new skyscrapers, as well as build onto existing ones I already have, including make things like a rooftop patio that's going to be like a cool little day club, and so much more. But of course, there is still so much more I want to do in the LEGO City, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here today. Also, you guys know here in this luxury apartment, I haven't really started furnishing the insides yet, but I saw a cool design online where somebody made a hot tub, and I think I want to try and recreate it here specifically for this apartment because I think it'd go perfectly on this balcony. Alright, and here's the little hot tub I made here. This actually took a lot longer than I thought it would to make because I was trying to have it so that the tiles overlap just a little bit because I thought that would look really cool, and I thought that if I had, a 2x tile up here, this is what it could kind of look like from the front. Just it would like overhang just a little and look pretty neat, but it was very hard to do without making the inside of it just way too small, so I wanted to keep it 4 studs in the middle. It's like a little one-person hot tub, so I think it's going to fit perfectly. I'll have to move these little construction workers out of the way, and now I'm just going to slide this in right here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. A little big for this space, but still pretty cool. Or maybe what I'll have to do is go ahead and make this balcony a little bit bigger. That I think would be pretty neat. There, I extended the balcony a little, so that will make so much more sense. It does overhang a little bit on the other one, which is kind of what I was trying to avoid, but I think it's going to look so much better with the hot tub up here. And I'm thinking now, while I have this building out of the city, I might as well try and work on the gym a little bit. So I'm going to be working on the gym right now, and there's actually a bunch of great YouTube videos that have a ton of different gym equipment and stuff like that you can actually build. So I'm going to follow a bunch of the videos that I found right here just by searching LEGO gym equipment, and we'll see what I can come up with. So I've been working on the gym now, and the very first piece of equipment I had built is this weight rack right here. So as you guys can see, it is a 2-level weight rack. It's got 4 different denominations of weights on each rack, everything obviously from smaller to me a little bit larger, and of course the largest up here. So you can see there is the difference there. I had to use a variety of pieces to accommodate that. Both are the same on each side. Unfortunately, I didn't have another plate up here that was long enough, so you can see it's not fully connected, but when it is going to be stuck in the gym, you guys are not going to be able to tell that at all. So really excited for how this turned out. This is the first thing I wanted to build because it's arguably one of the most important in the gym. And to go ahead and finish it off, I added a couple 2x2 tiles on the top here. And of course, a weight rack wouldn't be complete without some benches right here, so I built it's the same bench, but it's actually like kind of 2 different styles. So the first one here, we actually do have the laying down version, and then the second version here is an incline version. So as I mentioned, both of these are the same style, so I can actually just pull this one up from the studs, and you can have it adjust however you'd like. It can go pretty much all the way up here. What is that, a 70-degree angle all the way laying down. On this one, I have added a couple supports, but I guess you don't really need it, so I could probably get rid of it, but I just thought it would look a little bit cooler. But I wanted to build 2 of these because obviously these are always very popular at the gym, so I am going to have one of them in the gym here in the lying down position and the other one here in the incline position. The next piece of equipment I built here is the squat rack, so I'm pretty excited about this one. You guys can see we've got the barbell right here with some pretty heavy weights on each side, and then of course in the actual squat rack itself, I've got the mat there where the minifigures can stand to do their reps. On each side, I've got a couple different denominations of weights right here. You can see up top is a little bit lighter, and then at the bottom a little bit heavier. And then it's pretty fun because we do have 2 different levels where the minifigures can rest the dumbbell, so they can either have it right here or they could put it down here. Theoretically, it actually kind of gets in the way with the weights a little, but it's okay, just pretend. So right here, I think that will look really cool. And the third piece of equipment that I wanted to build right here is a bench press. So again, I'm pretty excited about this one. I really like how it looks. We've got the actual barbell right here with some heavy weights on each side. Of course, we have the actual rack right here where the barbell will sit on, and then the minifigure can just lay down and do their up and down presses. I also built this piece of equipment right here, which I'm excited about. I think this looks cool. It's just a bunch more weights, handheld weights. I basically got 2 different denominations of the weights, 2 on each side, which is cool, so the minifigures can pick it up, and I just wanted to make one weight rack that was a little bit taller when it stands up. I also had to build a treadmill right here, and this was actually one of the most complicated pieces of equipment that I built. Even though all of them have been pretty complicated so far, this one was definitely a unique challenge. I used some Technic parts down here, no idea what it's called, just to give it the actual rubber mat of the treadmill. We've got some studs on each side, and I tried to make it look like a realistic treadmill. Like up here, there's a TV screen for minifigures to watch some TV while they're doing it, a bar for the minifigures to hold on to, and then just the details on the side. I hate the treadmill with an absolute passion, but I figured it's not really a gym without one. Next up here, I did build some stationary bikes. I originally was going to have a few more in the gym, like a whole bunch of colors, but it just took up too much space and I wanted to have other equipment instead. So I've gone ahead and added a blue one here and a yellow. These are just two of the harder colors of bikes, I would say, to find. So you guys can see they've been built on these stationary pads so they can ride around and you can get your exercise in on the bikes. And then of course each bike has been modified to include a control panel right here, so minifigures can monitor their heart rate, their pace, their speed, all that good stuff. And of course I just wanted to top off the gym with a few additional accessories. So I've got a punching bag right here so they can practice their punching. I've included a container full of some swords. I figured like jiu-jitsu or martial arts or something like that would be cool to have. And then I've got this ball right here. It's like one of those exercise medicine balls thing. Weighted, I don't know, it's pretty cool. And I figured I just needed a couple additional accessories to really complete the gym. And now that I've got all the gym equipment created for the gym here in the Lego City, it's time to actually try and put it in this tiny space. I have been playing around. I think most of it will fit. Hopefully all of it will fit. We shall have to see. And this is what everything here in the gym looks like. I haven't put anything in place yet, but I have spent a lot of time trying to get all of this equipment looking really cool, and I am so happy with how it's looking. So like in the far back corner here, I put the treadmill, and then I put the two exercise bikes. Here I put the bench press, the squatting rack, all the dumbbells right here, two benches, one in the laying position and one in the incline position. And then over here, I've got some swords, an exercise ball, as well as a punching bag. One thing I wanted to add to the gym was an ice plunge. I know a lot of like the fancy high-end gyms have these, so I put this huge barrel right here because that was the best part I could think of for the ice plunge. Some little steps to get into it. And as you guys can see, there's a guy in there right now who is taking the plunge. I also just went ahead and built this massage bed as well. I was going to have some massage chairs because at my gym, they have massage chairs and I really like them. But this is a high-end gym. So this one is not only going to have massage bed, it's going to have masseuses there as well for everybody who's working out to get a massage afterwards. And it's going to go perfect when the pool is right here. And look at that, minifigures fit on it perfectly. And now all the equipment is officially in place. So what I need to do is work on making some minifigures to populate the gym. I'm probably going to make a lot of new ones just because I don't have very many athletic minifigures just sitting in, my minifigure drawers over here. All of the minifigures are now in place here in the gym, and I am so excited for how it's looking. Wow. Oh, this looks so sharp. I'm almost sad that you're only going to be able to see this from the front of the windows here on the gym, but luckily they're pretty big windows, so you'll still be able to see a lot. But of course, a lot of the details will be obscured, but I'm really excited by them. So we've got a female minifigure over here. She is on the exercise bike, and then we've also got another one over here on the treadmill, and she looks completely over it. We've got one of the new minifigures I just picked up at the Lego store, which is like the wrestler. He's doing some overhead presses. We've also got a guy right here who's just hanging out with some weights, and then another one right here. He looks like an NBA player. You guys can see his torso there, but I really like how everything was able to fit into the gym. It's obviously very, very tiny, but it's exactly how I wanted it to look. And then over here, of course, we do have the guy in the cold plunge, and the massage table fell over, but it's going to go back right here. And then, of course, the infinity pool will go right here as well. So I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like now back in the Lego City. When I took the building out of the Lego City right here to do the modifications to it and work on the gym, I actually just disassembled the pool, and it's right here. So I'm going to have to do some reassembly to get it back on to the gym and to get it right back into the city. To think, this whole project tonight started because I wanted to add a hot tub to one of the floors here in the apartment building. This little hot tub stemmed like 3 hours of building this incredible gym, but I'm so excited for how it looks. And this is what the back of the gym looks like right here when it's actually here in the building. Of course, this is what it looks like from the side without the additions because I'm going to add that back in when it's in the city. And this is what it looks like from the front here. I'm really excited to see how it looks back in the city. Now I've also got the water added in for the hot tub up here as well. The modern skyscraper is now back here in the city. I'm really excited for how it looks. I know I just spent 4 hours working on the interior details of a model that's kind of hard to see, but I'm really happy with it. I know all the detail that's been put in there, and you guys can see it from the level here as well. It just makes me want to light the building so you guys can see it even in more detail. I am really, really happy with how it's looking. Of course, now that some interior detailing has been finally added, I'll probably get rid of the construction workers from it because they're not really needed here anymore. The only parts that aren't finished, of course, is this little part of the roof, but the rest of the building is good to go. It just needs a little bit more interior work. And up here, I feel like I've already got started. I want to make an apartment on all of these levels. So it's just a matter of time, of course, before I do that. And I do want to give credit where credit is due. These are some of the images that I used to reference while I was building my gym tonight. These are all just screenshots from various different YouTube videos I found when I typed in gym equipment. So here are a bunch of the things. And as I said, I did try and use some of my favorite parts from each of these photos here, each of these videos, to to create kind of my gym equipment. And of course, now that this section is done, I want to focus on this area of the Lego city just a little bit. You guys can see I've got this like older style apartment building right here, but there's this open space right beside it, and I think it's time I add another tower. So I've got a lot of 1x4x3 window panels right here that I haven't used in the Lego city before, so I think this is where I'm going to get started. I actually thought I had a few more of them. This is not really as many as I thought. It's not like I'm going to be able to do a huge skyscraper, and this is not a lot of windows, so we'll have to kind of see what I'm able to come up with. All right, so I'm working on a concept of what this building is going to look like. I'm trying to do some multicolored work here. You know, I have a bunch of these panel pieces as well, like the door frame, so I'm trying to see if I can get something a little funky. I don't know where I'm going with this. I have ideas. We'll see if it actually works or not. I feel like the concept for this building is coming together. This is not looking the way I wanted it to, like as clear. So I feel like maybe I'll have to put blue tinted glass in there instead, because it's something off with it for sure. Like it's just not doing what I wanted it to do. But we'll have to see. We'll continue going up and see if anything can really change here. All right, I think I came up with a little bit of a better solution for the front here. Instead of having one massive long window here, I have broken it up by floor because I still wanted to have something to break it up. I might still go with the blue glass instead of the clear glass like I mentioned, but I think this does look significantly better than it once does. Right now I'm at like 3 and a bit stories, a 4th one's being built. I think I'm gonna try and get this to 6 or 7 stories probably, just because I think that's what will look best in my city. And yes, I will do interiors for it. That is a plan. I'm just not gonna probably do it right at this time. All right, so it looks like 6 is the maximum level we're gonna get to for this building because I just completely ran out of the teal bricks, or like the teal windows here. So I got all of them that I had here in the collection are currently on the building. It's insane because I had the exact number I needed to complete this last floor. I thought I was 1 short, and then I found it sitting right here. So this is good to go. So I guess we are going to be doing 6 levels right here. So this is what 6 levels is going to look like. Unfortunately, it's pretty much the exact same height as this building, which I wanted it to be 1 story taller. So maybe I'll raise the base down here or something like that. Just I'll do something to make it a little bit taller. And I'm also gonna have to remove this satellite dish right here. Okay, this is kind of what the city is gonna look like with the new building right here. You guys can see it's on an angle right now because I haven't attached it to the detectives in the barber shop yet, but this is kind of what it's gonna look like, which is pretty cool, and it'll be up a few levels from that, but I am happy with it. I feel like there could be more to do. I feel like maybe I don't love the gray or something like that, but I think it will look nicer when the blue is in, and obviously when the building's not on an angle. And then maybe once I actually add some like details on the inside and stuff like that, it can be good. But I guess I could always swap as I said, I will either use the blue right here, which I think will make it look a little bit better, like that already looks good. Or maybe I need to swap out the blue with dark blue. Would that look better? No, I don't think that would look better. I don't know. There's just something. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. Should I do the blue panel right here and then with just regular clear, or should I keep that blue? You guys will have to let me know down in the comments, but now it is of course time to get this actually assembled and properly put in the city and not just on a slant. Look at that, you guys, the brand new building is here in the Lego city. I'm okay with it. You know, I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. I think I have some more work to do. Maybe it's just because I don't like change and I just feel like there's something missing on it. So I'm probably going to leave it as it is for now with the intention to come back to it. Like I think, you know, when I built this building too at first, I wasn't entirely thrilled with it. And same with this one. I think it's a little mixture of I am trying to build these skyscrapers a little bit faster. Like some are a little bit more purposeful. And I thought of it with details, and then others like these two right here, I just kind of slapped together with the pieces that I had. So I think that definitely has something to do with it, but I am excited that it is a little bit more taller in the city now. I think that looks really cool. I was debating on whether or not I should move this to be a little bit closer to each other and not have a gap in between the buildings, but I might just leave it as is for now. We'll kind of have to see. But I will say I do enjoy the fact that there is now just another tower here in the Lego city because I really like how tall buildings look, and I think this one does a pretty cool job of looking, you know, adding to the skyline. And of course, one of my other future projects is to add a building right here as well, like a skyscraper or something like that. I've got a bunch of pieces here that I think would be good for that, specifically these windows right here, all of these brown ones, and I've also got a bunch of these tan panel pieces right here as well that I think will be a great addition. So yeah, there's definitely no shortage of things left to do in the Lego city because in addition to continuing just to build new buildings, I also still have to work on a lot of interiors. Like you saw the gym earlier in this video, but I could definitely do interiors here in this building, and this building has got no interiors and it hasn't for the last like 10 years, and I have huge plans for the interiors over here on this building. So So that is part of the joy of building a Lego city. I also have to try and find a new place for this antenna to go right here. This is the Big B Splat and this antenna that I made on it. So I'm thinking maybe it'll go up here on top of the residential building or something like that, because I'm not entirely sure where the satellite would go now, where it wouldn't block anything else in the city. So I went ahead and added the antenna back up here, and as I said, I think that looks pretty cool. And I went ahead and added a few other roof detailings to both buildings, which I think looks really nice. So added just some antennas and stuff like that, just because I feel like a lot of buildings have them, so might as well include them here, and it gives it a little bit more detail and integrates it into the city nicely. And I realized here, part of the reason why I don't like this building is because it's just like it doesn't flow very nicely into this area. So I think I'm going to do maybe a rooftop garden or something like that. Something, kind of minimalist like that. And just to have something here on the roof so it doesn't look so crazy plain. There, I think this detailing looks pretty cool right here. So I added a bunch of plants. The idea is this is supposed to be kind of like abandoned. It's forgotten about. So everything is dead. That's why everything is brown. But added a couple plants, some birds and a butterfly, and then just a table and chairs because, people may or may not ever come up here. It just makes it a little bit more lively. And in fact, it might actually be too much. Maybe I'll get rid of the table and chairs. You know what it was? I just needed to reconfigure it a little. I removed the table and the bird right here. So now I just got 2 chairs there and a couple plants. And I think that looks so much better. So I'm going to leave it like that and continue working on the rest of the Lego city and add some more details. I just finished building this Lego city set right here, which is set 60366, the ski and climbing center. Now, I wasn't actually going to buy this set, but I found it at Costco recently for 50% off. And I figured, you know what? Might as well get it. And I actually think it's a pretty cool set. I'm really excited to have it here in my collection. I love the fact that it comes with so many minifigures, and I think it's really cool the fact that it has this like big slope right here. We've got like snowboarders, we've got skiers and like mountain bikers as well. I don't love the mountain biker, but I do love the skiers. I think that is really cool. And then of course we do have the rock climber here as well. And I think the coolest part of this set, however, though, is the elevator on the inside. I actually didn't even realize this was a thing, but they've got an elevator right here that you actually can spin this and it will rise right to the top. So this is a really, really cool feature. I think this piece right here is kind of a game changer for Lego. Like, I don't think this is going to make it in my city, but I can only see this piece be... Whoa, did you guys see that? I accidentally sent the skier over the edge, but basically, like, I don't think, this is not going to make it into my Lego city, but this piece right here, the elevator piece, is a game changer. Can you imagine making buildings in your Lego city that could actually have working elevators thanks to this new piece right here? And this is a city set, so this is not very sophisticated. It's meant for kids to build, but I just thought that was really, really cool. So I am a huge fan of this piece, and now part of me wants to build another building with that in it so I can have an elevator. Because as I said, I don't think that set's going to make it into the city here because there's absolutely no spot for it. But like, imagine my bricks tower here with an elevator, or this building with an elevator. Like, wow, that could be a total game changer. So yeah, as much as this set is never going to make it into the Lego city, or at least not right now, it's a pretty cool set that I'm really glad I ended up picking up. Also, I don't know when this happened, but apparently at some point I lost part of the tree here in the city, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that so it's not just, hanging right there. There we go, good as new. And alright you guys, with that I actually think it brings us to the very end of this city update. I was really productive in this update, obviously adding the brand new gym to the residential building right here, which I'm really excited about, which all started with just a hot tub, and of course adding a whole new skyscraper here as well. This is going to be a residential building. Again, I'm probably going to do the interior sometime soon on that one, just didn't really have a chance to do it right now for this video, but it's made me think of, I've got to do a lot more interiors in the future, so that is definitely something I'm going to have to prioritize. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Of course, if you did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Stay tuned because I've got lots of big ideas coming in the city very, very soon. Like, I want to work on Brick's Tower more. I want to do a lot more interiors of buildings. I still want to make another skyscraper over here. Like, there are so many things that I have planned, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for the journey and show you them. So thank you again so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.